Just a few things for some show notes. This is my last show. I quit.
What?
I've been hired by a rival podcast.
No, Bob, not like this. Not like this.
Nah,
Listen, you've seen it coming for a long time now.
I don't believe it.
I'm going to be the new guest judge on Dancing for Word Tango.
Word
Nice.
Tango.
I actually do another podcast on the side called Sword Bango. It's pretty fun.
Sword Bango.
It's a bunch of dudes. It's 22 minutes of guys clanging swords together. It's pretty dope.
That's it. I'm calling my agent. I'm off the show. Yeah. Hey, it's Bob. No, the other Bob. No, the one who doesn't make you much money. Please, can you get me on Word Tango? Please? Is it okay?
I would rather be on Word Mango personally.
No, man, it's all about Ford Django, where every week Django Fett test drives a new Ford car. That's the podcast I want to be on.
Ahoy, mateys, and welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and be crowned champion. Our steely nerve competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it be gloves off, and set ye dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here be ye host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. It's episode 52. I'm really excited, but not too excited.
But hold on a second. Don't get too overwhelmed here, because I'm not that excited.
I'm joined regretfully this week by Bob Paul.
Yo ho ho!
Not so regretfully, Dave Hinkle.
I have never drank grog before.
And relatively just excited in general, Ryan Lewis.
Da-da-da-da-da, land loving it. Right? The pirate stuff. Okay.
We're forced to fucking acknowledge the train wreck that is the Talk Like a Pirate week or day or whatever it is that
Yarr!
Bob writes on his Google Calendar every fucking year. That's where we are in life right now, just so everybody knows.
Yarr, it not be on me Google Calendar.
This is how this is gonna go, so everybody knows. So we have words, is what we do. Not piracy. If you think that this is the show where we tell you guys where you can like download the latest Ariana Grande album or some shit, like that's not what we do.
Yarr, you should be getting that on the torrents.
Just use Spotify, you asshole.
Yeah, just subscription service it. Like, cut it out. While you're at it, subscribe to Word Rango. Oh, you were expecting that at the end of the show. What's happening at the beginning, I'm telling you, is that we bring words and their definitions every week here on Word Rango, and it's always fun and funny, and the proof is in the pudding. Last week, we had a tie with Dave and Bob, and that was with jobbery and camelopard. Both great words, but I have a feeling these were really good words, but in retrospect, I feel like they weren't A+ Bob and Dave material.
We could do better.
I know that you guys can and have done better. So I'm excited to see what you guys do this week. But picking between you two, normally I would do a toss-up! But there is no toss-up this week because Bob decided it's time to talk like a pirate. That means, Dave, you get first word.
Oh,
Dave,
snap. Punishing
please
Makes
tell me.
Bob.
perfect sense, yeah.
Dave, please tell me,
Yarr,
what's your
dead
word
man
this
tell no
week?
tales.
All right, my word this week is lactation.
Oh, yes, of course it is.
You need me to say that again, yo? Lactation.
Lactation. Well, MACTATION?
Yep, you got it.
Okay, nice. All right, cool. I have to go first.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna jump on the thing that I'm not sure if you guys are thinking of or not. But lactation is the room that is being added to every McDonald's that women can go in to breastfeed.
Yar, that'd be exactly what I'd be thinking.
It is the lactation room.
So now, is this strictly just to breastfeed babies, or can women breastfeed women? Can they breastfeed adult men? Maybe somebody who's a dollar millionaire? Like, how does that work?
I think McDonald's is very progressive.
Okay.
Let's just put it that way.
Yar, I'd be lactating special sauce.
Your special sauce and they have like Happy Meal toy breast pumps if you need them. And, the nice thing is, like, you can eat a cheeseburger and you can also, feed your baby at the same time. And nobody's gonna, it's a nice, quiet space.
It's odd, though. You'd think, like, McDonald's would be mad because, like, that's got to cut into their milkshake profits. It's like, oh, I show up and I'm like, I could have a milkshake. It's like, oh, no, wait, there's, like, a nice glass of titty milk here I could have with my Big Mac. Like, I'd rather go that route, It's more natural.
Right.
They got to be a little bit TO'd about that.
A little bit, but so here's the thing. The lactation is also the source of one of their new drinks.
Snap. Okay.
See, what it is that not every, if you use one of their lactation breast pumps and you leave your goods behind, it can then be used to create a new lactation McFlurry. So then when you have a McFlurry, that's like the titty McFlurry, it's made out of breast milk. And that all sounds absolutely horrific and disgusting. But I mean, the thing is when you're at McDonald's, everything smells like their fries. Like everything does, because it's just like it pervades the air. So ultimately, like it was $1.26. You're not going to complain. It works fine. But yeah, I mean, I think it's important that they have that room. They have that space. And it's just off from where the playland area is. And that's lactation to me, I guess. Bob, what do you think lactation means?
Da-da-da-da-da, I'm milking it.
That's 3 McDonald's references, and we're only like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
This episode is not
today's
sponsored.
episode be sponsored by McDonald's.
We have people to keep happy.
Hey, I'll tell you this, guys. I will quit before we take a McDonald's sponsorship. I am a McDougal's man through and through, and you guys know this about me.
I don't even
know what you're talking about. I mean,
wait, have you never seen Coming to America? Like, come on, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Be sure to check out the McDougal's $3 menu.
I mean, you can just throw some more Arsenio Hall references our way if you want to really. We can do his whole catalog. I mean, we can
I'm trying to get off the Hank Hill. I'm trying to wean myself off.
I like it.
Who's the next?
Dave added a new Post-it note this week.
That's true. That's true. I just like a man with a box cut. Like a good, nice, tasteful box cut. Got your Hank Hills and your Arsenio Halls and your Giles.
On the Kid and Play. Like,
your Giles.
Yeah.
Guile. Oh, Sonic Boo. Okay.
All right. Well, Bob, lactation.
Your lactation. There be this time that me shipmates and me were sailing around Arkansas.
I hate you so much right now.
I know. I just
fucking hate you.
Sailing be a relative term, as we were just on vacation. Indeed, pirates go on vacation too, just like the rest of you.
Mm-hmm. Or you were high on mescaline.
Hot tip, the best day to schedule your flight out to Arkansas.
Oh, I get it.
Saturday.
Nobody ever flies to
Saturday.
Nobody ever flies to Arkansas first.
But I digress.
Oh, Bob.
Go ahead, please.
You see, because our flight had been delayed and we were several hours late. There was a big storm in Houston. That's all. Just some weather delays. We got to Arkansas very late, and the car rental place only had one car left, and it was only big enough for a few of us. I told them I ordered an SUV, you scurry dog. The gentleman behind the counter, his name tag said Mac, and he said, "Look, sir, all we have left is this Toyota over here." I'm like, "Look, we all can't fit in a Yaris."
Oh.
So I got very mad, and that's lactation.
Okay.
Yar.
Oh, Bob.
God damn it.
The whole point was getting at the Yaris. Like, this is so great.
Well, at least he didn't bring up any Donny balls again. I mean, I'm just thankful for that.
You motherfucker. Like, you just... Damn it, Bob. I wish that this fucking pirate day never existed. If I had a genie and he said, you have one wish, you know what? I might fucking blow it on that. I might just blow it on that.
You're like, world peace? Fuck that. Just
get rid of this goddamn day.
Talk like a pirate day, yeah.
Ryan, Mactation, what do you think?
You guys remember the 80s, right? I mean, at least on some level.
Yeah, I love the 80s.
Of course, who doesn't? I mean, they have whole television shows on VH1 about it.
Yeah.
So back when in the 80s, like when you used to be able to go flirt with a female, you would go mac on a chick, right? You would flirt with her, but you'd be macking the hose, macking a chick, basically. So mactation was a certain kind of macking back in the day that they would do, and it had to do with simulating lactation in yourself to sympathize with the female species, basically. So when you go to hit on a woman, you basically look, I feel your pain. I've got milk running down my shirt. I mac for you, babe. I mactate for you.
So is this like the chicks are in the parking lot and they're looking at her like, damn, girl, look how wet his shirt is. His nipples are poking through. Damn, that's so hot. He knows exactly what the female condition is like.
I know I can't vouch for the effectiveness of this style of macking. But it was definitely something to be tried out, right? I mean, like sympathy is one of the biggest like turn-ons for most women, right? If you come up to them and you're just like, oh man, like it's got to be tough, like earning like half of what a man earned for doing the same job,
right?
Like I don't know if that's a true stat, but I know it's something less, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
So that's the same way. Just going and feeling their pain by
It's like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry that like you get free drinks for your entire life and every man on the planet desires you and idolizes you and just wants to treat you right and do wonderful, great things to your body and your mind. Like,
God,
that's just
no,
poor girl.
Some anger in those words, Dave. Like,
wow.
Yeah,
Dave.
sorry. It's
No, I said sympathy, not sarcasm.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Gotta work on that. You're
girl, you be bootylicious.
No, stop it. Dave, you're the guy. First, actually,
I like Bob's gorilla like uprising in this podcast that is happening right now. Like,
Just
I'm all
trying
about
to take it over.
By the way, bootylicious is an underrated pun. I do appreciate that. But no, Dave, the problem is you're the one that is like, oh, I think he's being really sincere. But you're the fucker that's walking around with a half gallon of 1% milk, like trying to fool everyone,
Just pouring it on your shirt.
Yeah, it's like, hold on a sec.
Right.
He doesn't really mean it.
He's not mactating. Yeah.
Right. The only way you try to get around with is you also carry around a box of Lucky Charms just at all times.
Yeah.
Like,
just in case
more
it goes
of a Golden
wrong.
Grams guy, but I
you
can
got
rock
to be
some Lucky Charms.
prepared.
oh God.
Is there a mute?
Let me ask you this though. Say like, all right, so typically women lactate when they're like pregnant with child or have just had child or something like that.
You are.
Now check this scenario. Now, what if a woman is lactose intolerant, pregnant, but then she starts lactating and giving her kid her breast milk, but like what if she drinks her own breast milk? Would that like technically like mess her up hard? Or like is it she's okay because that's her milk from her body? Thoughts.
What the fuck are you
This
talking
is like a
about?
recursive argument. I don't.
Problems here, man.
No, yeah, you're solving a huge
I think
problem.
you're trying to create a problem
The
first.
chance that like just like a little bit of milk gets into her mouth. I mean, like unless she's just going to full on drink that, and then you have to worry about being lactose intolerant. Like you're just gonna like poop. It's like it's gonna upset your stomach. So yeah, you don't need to get 911 on the horn. I've swallowed my own milk.
Now,
all right, I'll be honest. I just want to keep talking about breasts and their milk.
Can you use the breast pump as a stomach pump? Is like the other.
In an emergency.
It's like in case of emergency, shatter the glass. Pump the milk.
Be this an argument for Dave drinking his own pee?
Well, how else are you supposed to get those lost vitamins?
Don't worry, I'll cut that joke out in post.
Yar. You will. All right. Before we start talking about drinking piss, Dave, please tell us, what does mactation mean?
All right, mactation is stone cold, straight up scandalous shit. Mactation is an act of killing, especially the ritual slaughter of a sacrificial victim.
Oh.
Our murder.
Yep, straight mactation. So
did you know that our Halloween episode is in like 2 months? Like,
well, here's the thing though.
up.
So like, if you want to mac on a hoe, like that now that we've brought this word to light, that could be two wildly different things. It's like, oh,
True. Yeah.
you trying to like, throw your steez at her, or you like trying to toss her into a volcano? Like, I mean, you gotta, you have to tell us these things now. You can't just say I'm macking on a honey. It's like, no, dude, I may disapprove of that, or I may be all about it.
It really makes you think about that Crisscross song about how he's being the daddy Mac and stuff like that. Like, did that mean that he was hitting on chicks, or like he had like a whole list of women that he had sacrificed,
or maybe he killed his father?
Or what?
Can we do?
You
a
said Daddy Mac, like he macked his dad. Like maybe he tossed his dad into a volcano.
Can we do a crisscross themed murder mystery dinner? Like that would be great.
So really, you only have Chris and Cross, but you're saying just show up with your clothes on backwards.
Sure, of course.
And have some dinner. Yeah, no, I like
just
it.
have some dinner. Dave, hit me with that definition one last time.
Your best shot.
Okay. Mactation is an act of killing, especially the ritual slaughter of a sacrificial victim.
Right, and so it's also it's the ritualistic slaughter as well. So there's that sort of cult-like behavior that's going on too, which in itself is always like, I think, one of the more scary kind of horror sort of tropes, like the cult-like ritualistic stuff. Like, those are my favorite episodes of X-Files, for instance. So, yeah.
Little known Mike Suzik fact.
Little known. That is a really fascinating definition and a great word. Dave, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really
you
good.
won. All right.
You win. Let's get to the next one. I guess let's just get Bob out of the way. Let's just get him over with. Bob, what's your word this week?
Your shiver me timbers.
Fuck.
Me word this week be freebooter.
Freebooter.
Okay, that's a good accent. I like that.
All right, can I go first on this
You're
one?
welcome.
Yeah, well, is it spelled exactly how we think it is?
Yar.
Okay.
So that's FREEBOOTER.
Yar.
Okay, cool.
I would clap for ye, but I only got one hand. The other's a hook.
Well, you could stamp your peg on the ground a couple times. I'm sure that makes some noise. Okay, so y'all are familiar with free ballers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
All
am.
right. These are men who forego wearing underwear underneath of their pants, so there's only a thin layer between you and their boys, their junk. Freebooter is kind of the same thing, but it's actually when you pull a prank on a buddy and you dip your balls in his boots before he goes and puts them on, and then you just quietly laugh to yourself and say like, oh hey, like all my ball funk has been in his boots forever, and like now his feet smell like balls, and like this is really funny. If you've ever seen the Upright Citizens skit Ass Pennies, about the guy who like sticks $10 worth of pennies in his ass every day and then spends them so that like he has a feeling of superiority over the rest of the country, because he's been doing it for so long that the entire state and like the entire country has handled his ass pennies. It's the same kind of power trip. Free booting, get in your buddy's closet. If they wear a lot of shoes, if they have a lot of shoes, you're in for an afternoon, but it's going to pay off. It's going to be a nice little treat next time you see him wearing them kicks, feeling all good, and you're like, you know what? Screw you, guy. You got my balls on your feet.
Dave, I want to know, first off, what the fuck is going on with you this week? And second,
Not a loaded question.
like, mull on that one. But the other one, what I really want to know is, this sounds like something that you have to have a plan for. If they walk in and you are just teabagging his freaking airwalks, like, can you tell me?
Well, you're teabagging
Airwalks,
airwalks.
huh?
Yeah.
Well, you're in a
place to
very
go.
vulnerable position, obviously. I mean, I would recommend that you go in, break into the house. If they're not home, you take whatever shoes you're going to do this to, whatever footwear. Sandals, flip-flops, perfectly fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a closed-toe shoe.
Okay.
And it works on women, too, if you're trying to get one over on the missus, or like you have a real snarky sister or something. But basically, I mean, yes, you're going to be in a very vulnerable position, so you need to get into the closet, take the pairs that you want to do this to, abscond away with them into the bathroom, shut and lock the door, and then maybe throw them in the tub, and then like don't just like pull your pants down and like have them around your knees and then dip. Like take your pants all the way off, take them fully down. I'm talking preschooler, like pants down the ankles, trying to pee in the urinal. Like get it going. Light a candle if you need to. Maybe put on some Montel Williams. Make it an event. Because you're changing lives here, so
yeah,
sure.
Yar, I don't like the Montel Williams. Me favorite R&B singer be R. Kelly.
Fuck you.
I mean, yeah, it's what the interesting thing though is that so you're sticking your balls like in a place where your foot is going.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And if I had to rank like the most like kind of sweaty, musty, disgusting places in a body.
This is also correct.
Yeah, foot takes over the balls?
No. But it's not far enough down the ladder. Like I'd probably say like, your ass, then balls maybe. And then I think like foot and maybe like underneath your belly or something like that. Like those are maybe tied for third place, but they're not so far down. I mean, like if you like went and dipped, your balls in someone's like, their glove or like their hat or their headgear, it's a lot more violation. So, I mean, it's definitely.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
Well, I don't know. I think you guys are kind of crazy. Like, you've never played a pickup game of basketball at the park, like, and then you sit down on the couch and watch Netflix when you get home, and it's like, dude, that's some funky funk. Like, I've never smelled a foot that's been that bad before.
Sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely
maybe
gets up
my
there.
balls are just disgusting, probably. But
well, if you keep dipping your balls in other people's shoes, I think they're gonna be disgusting. I think that's the other thing to consider here.
I keep washing my feet. I don't understand why they smell like.
It's like a gross odor katamari that you just go from shoe to shoe, picking up different gross odors on your balls.
I be smelling a business opportunity. Balldippers.com.
Oh no! See, I don't know if you're going down the same road, but I was about to introduce a similar thing as far as a business opportunity. We need ball socks, is what we need.
Oh, yeah.
Why not have socks to wear while you're going to dip them into the shoes? That's a protective layer, and it's also fashionable. It's comfortable. That actually sounds kind of nice, doesn't it?
It also
get a nice
sounds
snug sock.
Yeah, but then you're kind of defeating the purpose of sticking your balls in the shoe. Because you're sticking a sock ball, so you're not really kind of getting the full effect unless those socks have been on those balls like all day long. And then in that case...
Oh, yeah, they have been. I think this is something where you got to be wearing them a while.
I apologize, listener. This be a very weird departure for us, ball dipping.
That's what you're apologizing for, Bob?
Yeah, I think you have other things to apologize for. Pronto. But, I get what you mean. Like, it doesn't seem quite as offensive. But you know what's really offensive is if you're dipping a socked ball into a sandal, because socks and sandals don't go together.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
And
that's
that would be the extra. That's the icing on the cake. The disgusting sweaty
ball
icing
sweat on the foot cake. Yeah.
on the foot cake.
The thin layer of grime.
We just tapped into a whole freaking market of like fetish. That.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are afraid to approach, personally.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. Okay, wow. We just went down a really weird path. Ryan, I want to know what you think freebooter means.
Yeah, I mean, you guys ever go to like a really high class, kind of highfalutin dinner party with dancing? Like, like a wedding or something like that. But like think like really high scale. Like when like J-Lo got married, Oprah. Those kinds of places, right? So usually, as is customary with these high class affairs, they have a pretty extensive Congo line that gets going on towards the end of the night. But the thing is, it's not just like a free Congo line that you can just get in and just go kind of a thing. You have to pay for a professional booter to basically grab their butt and be part of the Congo line. You can't just go in by yourself and just go in there and get it going.
Yeah.
So what happens is sometimes some people get invited to these parties and they don't belong there. They're not high class. They're not interesting. But in order to take care of that, because the hosts know that's going to happen, they bring an array of freebooters where these people can go anonymously and pick out these freebooters to grab onto their ass and start doing some Congo, but for free instead of having to pay someone to do it.
I think that's the danger is like when you start a conga line, it's like it's not technically a conga line unless you have that end, that boot there. Like it's the bow, it wraps it up,
You gotta strap on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I think of conga line, I think of booty. And I think of freebooting and just getting in there and doing it with a nice big butt.
Can we just snip that little clip out of Ryan saying "doing it with a nice big butt"? Like, and just use that.
That's
for
a
future.
ringtone in its own.
Doing it with a nice big butt. doing it. Waka waka waka.
Oh no.
I'm into that. I'm
Who
really
isn't?
into that. Freebooter. I guess I have to go. I'm stuck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little stuck. The thing that I keep thinking about are rollerblades. I think about rollerblades, and
Like all ye time?
well, yeah. In general, I do, but I feel like freebooting. When you're a freebooter, I think that should be the term that's given to like the coolest looking roller skating dude that's on like Venice Beach, you know?
The freebooter.
The freebooter. He looks
doesn't
like
give
he
a
was
fuck about anybody.
he looks like he was just like stolen from 1984, you know, and just placed in like a modern day setting. He's shirtless. He's got shorts that are way too high and too small, you know. And he's rollerblading,
Yarr.
but he's not just rollerblading. He's like doing like little trick stuff, you know. He's got headphones on, big ass headphones, and he's just like dancing while rollerblading. And he's a freebooter because he's living free, you know, like he's carefree. And he's also roller skating and getting to where he needs to be. But he doesn't need to be anywhere because he's just free and lives his life that way. And I think maybe if being a freebooter is just an inspiration to us all, you know, to let go of your cares, to not care what others think about you because, you know, everybody's laughing at that dude. And you know, like that, you know, maybe it's a good thing to be a freebooter, to really, or at least have that mindset, you know, be more like a freebooter, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Also, he's probably really hairy, but not like too hairy. Like he has that glisten that you see reflect off of like the hairs on like his chest, you know. That's what I'm picturing. And he's very tan because he just doesn't wear a shirt, refuses to. Long, wavy hair that's maybe done up in like a ponytail, big ass sunglasses, a neon green hat, maybe. I don't know. I mean, do you guys kind of get my visual here?
No, absolutely. I'm feeling it.
Yar, the year be 1976. Yar.
Yeah.
I think we're looking, or 80s. I mean, I was thinking Magnum PI, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I be thinking Saturday Night Fever.
Or yes, that too. He's definitely doing the thing where like he's crouched down and he's got one leg sticking straight out, parallel with the ground. That's happening.
That's a fucking cool move too.
It is,
and he's like kind of doing the funky dancing that's going on, and while skating, and he doesn't run into anyone. You know, he's just doing his thing, and it's always enjoyable to see, and it's an inspiration. That's what I think a freebooter is. Bob, please tell us, what does freebooter actually mean?
Yar, freebooter be a noun, and it be meaning pirate, plunderer. Yar.
Oh God.
So
this is a video podcast. Like my eyes are daggers right now.
Yeah, I know. You're just the worst person.
Yar, I be.
All right, well, that's good. That's great. It means fucking pirates. It's a better word for pirate. That's fantastic.
yeah, I guess though. I mean, to boot,
we can
like,
take away that it's
Talk like a freebooter day.
and boot makes you think like throwing up because you boot then you rally, right? Like, so maybe it's not so good to just be a freebooter. Like, maybe you should never invite a freebooter in your house because they just like, oh, this house is so like they just randomly throw up everywhere. You know?
Yar, if ye like to know, it actually comes from the Dutch for bridge or free, which means free, and then boot, which means booty. So you're taking somebody else's stuff. Freebooter.
Oh, okay. All right. I can feel that.
Ye be welcome, Internet.
That sounds like something that you would call someone that like lives in the same area in like the freshman college dorms as you, and they like try stealing your Xbox or something, or like they try taking your textbooks or something. I don't know. That I don't know.
And then you cut his hand off with your cutlass.
It's like the lamest of piracy. Well, that's a thing, I guess. I mean, it's a cooler word to use than pirate. I think pirates are just fucking done. Like, just there's nothing enjoyable about them. Sorry, Bob. I'm so
Yar, ye
fucking.
hold your tongue.
I'm so fucking over pirates, but I'm not over freebooters. So the idea that you're maybe trying to make pirates a little cooler, I respect that. I do dig that. But let's get as far away from this as
We're
we
going
can.
to reboot the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. They be freebooters of the Caribbean.
Let's just continue getting away from that.
Starring John Tesh.
I'd watch that.
Ryan, let's have you go next. What's your word this week?
All right. So, I mean, I didn't actually dress up for Talk Like a Pirate Day like Bob did. Because, Bob, I know you are. I know you have like a sash on. Like, he definitely doesn't tone it down ever.
Like a sash, like a beauty pageant pirate?
It just says like
Yeah.
Mr. Word Rango or
No,
something like that.
it's Mr. Sea
Miss-
Lubber of the Year, like
Right, Miss Seven
2014.
Seas or like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That makes
Yar,
sense.
I be Miss America.
Miss Atlantis.
Yeah, so I didn't go quite nautically themed, but my word this week is lendrumbolate.
Lendrumbolate?
Lendrumbolate.
Lendrumbolate.
Lendrumbolate. Bob, how do you think that's spelled?
Lendrumbolate. Yar, let me get my pen. LENDRUM BULATE.
Semicolon.
Lendrumbolate.
Yeah, no. LENDRUM as in Mary, BILATE.
Me only be one letter off.
Lendrumbolate.
This is your lendumbolate.
Oh, what's up now?
Yeah, girl. What? Oh.
Yar.
Okay, so this is a really cool sounding word. I like the way that it sort of has that cadence.
Has some syllables in it for sure.
It is cool. Bob, what do you think lendrumbolate means?
Yar, it lendrumbolate. Several years ago, me crew and me were sailing around, let's say Tortuga, looking for buried treasure. That'd be code for we were on vacation. The crew had gone for breakfast at this local pancake place, but I longed for something different. I used me treasure map, that'd be code for Google Maps, for something special, but alas, I couldn't find anything suitable to satiate me landlubber hunger. I had to settle for where me peg leg shipmates were eating, so I met up with them and I ordered the Grand Slam, where all good one-leg pirates go at IHOP, and that be lendrumbolate.
Just milking it for the IHOP joke. I love it. Bob, you don't disappoint. I mean, it's like,
I be wordsmith of the week.
I would, if you're wordsmith of the week, this has been an awful episode.
You're welcome, Internet.
But yeah, man, I hate you so much.
No,
but
it's so great though.
there are
It's like,
times where I really do appreciate you.
yeah, because you're just like, something. You're like, okay,
You know,
what is
yeah, you know.
what is the end of this
Yeah,
story that we're getting to? And then you're like, oh, okay. Like halfway through, you're like, all right, IHOP pirate joke. Come on, buddy.
that is
good.
That's pretty good. All right, lendrumbolate. I'll go next. Lendrumbolate. So, I am gonna say there is a curse.
You're a curse.
There's a curse among the music world, and it is on the band Len, best known for their song "Steal My Sunshine."
Won't you steal my sunshine?
Oh, is that who that? Okay, yeah.
and the fact is that they have replaced their drummer every year because they are always brutally murdered whenever
Spinal Tap.
whenever they it always seems to happen and it happens in different ways, but there's always some sort of a mystery to it. where they, like the rest of the band, like it's always like the kind of the iconic, we're packing up to get on the bus to go play Steal My Sunshine at some fucking county fair, over in Virginia. But before we go, where's our drummer? Where's Greg the drummer? And Greg the drummer
you killed Kenny.
And he's and it's like he doesn't get on the bus, he disappears, and it just always seems to happen. So someone somehow is constantly stealing Len's sunshine. And that's essentially what Len Drumblate means. It's one of the biggest mysteries of the musical world that has ever affected a one-hit wonder. So there, that's Len Drumblate.
I mean, it's
Are
a pretty
you sure you
obscure
don't
word.
want to do a pirate joke there?
No, I don't. I don't want to do a pirate joke ever.
Oh, they hate pirates, Bob.
I hate them even more now, thanks to Bob, honestly.
Yar, we be the scourge of the seven seas and apparently the internet.
I was walking down the bar in the corner across the street.
Steal my sunshine.
are that week.
Steal my sunshine.
Dave,
You even have a drummer. I feel like that's just fucking
probably
like a
don't.
No, they
anymore.
did.
Yeah.
It was a drum machine that was in the background of every
breaking
shot.
down.
And it was they had a drummer that was working the drum machine, but the drum machine was sentient and killed them every time. They never.
It's way
figured
more
it out.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you can turn Len into a science fiction movie, I think it'd be fantastic.
I did think it was weird that they named their drum machine Skynet, but I don't know.
Tommy Lee Skynet. I was trying to think of a drummer
Had a huge dong. dude.
You did the biggest tongue. All right, Dave, please tell me what you think Len Drumblate means.
All right. Well, first of all, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's actually Len Rumblate. And so Len Rumblate is the act of forcing a friend or random stranger to compete in a Royal Rumble in order to eat the rest of your sandwich. Sometimes you go to Subway, you get the $5 foot long, you're like, oh shit, I only wanted a half foot of sandwich, and I don't have a fridge, I'm gonna throw this out. And it's like, oh hey man, can I have that sandwich? It's like, well, I'll lend it to you, but like you have to compete in this Royal Rumble, then you can eat it. But then again, at some future point, you must pay me back the half a sandwich by producing a sandwich to me, and not necessarily requiring myself to go through the Royal Rumble in order to get it. It's a very odd kind of one-sided type of social contract and situation, but every now and then you're hungry. You want like a 6-inch spicy meatball, and you're like, I'm really hungry. It's like, all right, fuck it, man. Bring on Stone Cold and The Rock. Like, let's do this. We're gonna do it. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I've heard friends who have had to go through that for like, half of an egg salad sandwich, or like, the bottom third of a box of Cheez-Its. But like, I've never had to do it myself personally. But yeah, there's a small group out there that just really get their jollies that way.
Okay, so first off, anything that produces more Royal Rumbles is a great thing.
So good.
It's always because I mean, wrestling is so fucking dumb. And there's something still inherently entertaining about it. And the most entertaining thing, I think, is it's the Royal Rumble. Always. You got all these dudes.
Every January.
You never know what's going to happen. They always fucking come in, And I just picture that at the end of a Royal Rumble, if someone is standing in the ring, they're worn out, they're sweaty as hell, they have a sock around their balls, and they, like, if they're tired, and, you hear Jim Ross yelling, like, by God, I can't believe he did it. He's done it. And he's holding up a sandwich. That would be the fucking best. Like someone Photoshop it, Ryan Photoshop it.
Someone, and by that I mean Ryan. Let's do this.
I know how good you are, so I expect it. But
dude, I love that idea because you always have friends like when you're like back at least in college, and when you're younger, like you have friends that are just moochy motherfuckers. Yeah, and like they need to earn that shit. They do. So it's like I love the idea that every time they do it, they're like, are you willing to compete against 20 or 30 other sweaty dudes in a ring for this sandwich? And a lot of these guys would be, and it's entertaining as shit. You don't know who's coming around the corner. It could be your neighbor. It could be Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
You know, like and
it could be the
Royal Rumbling
Bushwhackers
for
both at once,
fucking-
you know?
That could be the Bushwhackers. It probably would
great.
be. Those are some
Royal
hungry
Rumble's
fuckers.
great.
So yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I am so into this. You're speaking my language right now. I love sandwiches. I love Royal Rumbles. I mean, it's just like, oh my God, Len is here. We're here to steal your sunshine, Dave.
Who's gonna get this Reuben?
Oh my God, it's Ben Affleck.
It's half a full brownie. Who's going to win it? He's climbing the ladder.
Oh my God. And you have his fucking sandwich dangling from the top. Of the ring.
Brought Jennifer Garner as well.
See, that's why I understand why they like climb ladders to grab like briefcases full of money. It's like, dude, you really should be fighting over an Italian hoagie. Like, come on.
You should, exactly.
It makes just about as much sense.
Well, and the best part is if you had a hoagie hanging above. Okay, so Hulk hoagie is hanging above the ring. You have to climb a ladder.
It's a
but
tribute sandwich. Okay, I like it.
It's got a fucking like blonde mullet.
Bleached mustache.
and the best part is nobody pulls it down with their hands. You have to go up and get it down with your chompers. Like you're so hungry, you're just leaning forward off of this 20-foot high ladder. And you know, Jeff Hardy is punching you in the head, and you're just trying to bite it. You know, you're just trying to
Man,
nibble it down.
Is skating a thin line between like a Royal Rumble and a Japanese game show.
It is. Like if we could combine the two, it really becomes just the best. And I love just to sort of, you know, kind of suss out how Dave got to this point. Lend Rumble 8. I mean, like that's the sort of shit that goes through this idiot's head. I love it so much. It's
Yeah,
like the
I'm
best.
like, what do you call like real big dummy?
Real big.
I was going to say
dummy.
savant, but sure, yeah.
But at the same time, Dave, that's absolutely brilliant. I want to keep riffing on this for like the next, I don't know, 45 minutes. If we could do like a whole side video,
Royal Rumble based.
a whole 30 person Royal Rumble. Who's coming down the ring? You know, down to the ring. You know.
Oh man.
All right, well, let's
know-
see if we could just cut through 30 impressions of people right now that would be in this Royal Rumble.
All right, Bob, you first entrant, go.
Yar, IEB, I'm so hungry for a Hulk hoagie.
Oh, you're
So it's just a generic pirate.
generic.
Okay,
Oh my
good.
God, it's generic pirate. It's freebooter.
I'd totally eat a Hulk hoagie.
I would eat a Hulk Hogan.
It's only lettuce though. It's not Hulk Hogan. It's the Incredible Hulk. It's just all lettuce.
yeah.
It's like a pile of lettuce in your hand.
Now, is it the Edward Norton Hulk, or is it
I'm
Mark
gonna go
Ruffalo?
Eric Bana, dude. I'm gonna go Eric
Really?
Bana. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think it showed the emotional side of the Hulk that you really don't see much. You know, the internal struggle and turmoil.
Right, which is when he winds up eating like an Italian sub that has like peppers on it that disagrees with him or something.
Yeah. Pepperoncinis.
Yeah. All right, this is good. Len Drumblate. Did we go through everybody? Feel
Yeah.
like we did. Yeah. Okay, Ryan. What does it mean?
Wait, did you go? Yeah, Suzuki, you did.
Yeah.
Steal my sunshine.
Steal my sunshine.
Yeah. So Len Drumblate. This is actually, you know, I like the sound of this word, but I also picked this word because it's got a pretty cool definition that I think is gonna kind of talk to the hearts and minds of the podcast to get me voted for.
Okay.
Len Drumblate is to gullibly believe in a word's veracity.
Oh wow!
Like if you told a fake definition
Holy shit!
about something and to believe it's true. No
Holy
way.
shit!
Yar,
Yep.
did you just inception this podcast?
He did. He just
to
inceptioned the
do that.
podcast. That is Ryan. That's fantastic. Wow. I can't believe
you
it took us 52 fucking episodes to get here.
To get to a podcast description.
Yeah,
that it
like-
was like actually a definition of a word used on an actual one of our podcasts.
That's great. That's really, really great. Wow. Just believing so wholeheartedly too. I think that's like the important part of this, because there are times where, I mean, we talked about it last week. We talk about it all the time. Where what we figure out, what we come up with on this show for certain words, just is a sticking point for us that'll never go away. You know, like I still have these note cards on my desk of words that are just, Garrulous and Furuncle and Lodestar and
Lodestar.
Papillionaceous. I mean, Recalcitrant. Like some of these, when I think about them, there are times like Eucaligon. I don't remember what Eucaligon means.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch, Eucaligon. It's so good. Speaking of, we should probably give a quick shout out to our boy
Paul Troon.
What up, Paul Troon?
Mr. Troon Esquire.
So good. All right, we got one more word. It's me. I got last word this week. My word is fugacity.
Okay.
Fugacity. Ryan, how do you think it's spelled?
It's probably Fugacity.
That is correct. That is how it is spelled. And do you have a guess right away as to what you think it means?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably your level of, like, when people are looking for you in a hide and seek and you're like, ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Or, like, maybe you're out with your friends and stuff like that and you just can't help it because, like, you're asking them, you're like, hey, how many mics do I rip on the deli? And they say many, and you say, yeah, many, many money, right? So it is the level to which you belong in the Fugees, basically. That's your fugacity.
Okay.
I'm super, super into that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever happened to those guys? I mean, I know Lauryn Hill's floating around, and I know that Wyclef Jean, I think he was part of it. He was in there as well. But I mean, like, the Fugees together, that is like the super group / not the super group, but still, I mean, they had some hits.
They did.
Right?
They did have some hits. They had the most popular, I think, wasn't it a cover that they had?
Killing Me Softly.
Killing Me Softly. I mean,
yeah.
But
dude, they took an Enya song and fucking turned it into like a hit, like a rap song. Like you're like, oh my god, am I listening to Enya? And then you're like, ready or not, here rock. You know what I mean? Just like busting. I mean, can you imagine like taking an Enya song and be like, hey, make this super dope?
Or if I could only do that with the Orinoco flow.
The Fugees could do it. Your level of fugacity could get you to be able to do something.
if you were very fugacious, which by the way is also a word. Being fugacious, because I'm looking at the page, and yeah, that is a word. Being able to do that. I mean, that's the sort of thing that Len didn't have. Just to bring it back,
Zero fugacity.
They were not. They. The reason they sang about stealing my sunshine is because they were not able to capture that sunshine. They weren't able to be fugacious. They weren't able to channel their inner fugacity.
What is up with you today, Mike? Is today like the 10-year anniversary of when like the lead singer died of a heroin overdose or something? Like, is this a really rough day for you or something?
Look, Dave, sometimes awareness is just the most important thing. And it has been 10 years. So.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe even 20. I don't know. It's good. It's great. I like that a lot. Fugacity. Let's go, Dave.
Okay, Fugacity. So you guys have heard of like, Travelocity and like hotels.com and shit. So like, these are institutions that are used to facilitate your travel, help you get from point A to point B. Fugacity is the same kind of service, except instead they send a short man over to your house who will sit down with you at your piano and help you compose a fugue symphony or like a fugue, ballad or what do they call them? Movements and shit. Like he'll come over and say, okay, what
movements
kind of
and shit?
Yeah, movements and shit. He'll come over and be like, okay, what kind of mood, tone are you trying to convey? Who are you trying to impress? Is it like a comptroller or is this some old lady who's got a lot of money and you're trying to bilk her out of it? Like, what's the point of writing this piece? And so he'll come over with you and over the course of a couple days you'll lock yourselves in a room and just be at the piano nonstop and hammer this thing out. And the guy's very particular. He only drinks Capri Sun and he'll only eat Slim Jims, but they have to be the really skinny ones and the small ones that come in a variety boxes that are like $14 at Costco because he likes to have different flavors. But as one would imagine, a diet containing just that, he's pretty oily, he's pretty smelly, but he gets the job done. So if you're trying to bilk an old lady out of her money or like impress some high society Princeton social circle thing, this is the service for you. Fugacity.com.
What? I do like the idea, Dave, that you are painting a picture of one dude out of this entire show. Like, this one guy is the guy that is sticking his balls in his friend's shoes. He is
Some gross Slim Jim covered balls, slick with oil.
he's entering a Royal Rumble to win the rights to eat the rest of a sandwich. And
Or if we be talking about the Royal Rumble again, and we talk about the Slim Jims, can we have a moment of silence for our friend, the Macho Man?
Macho Man.
Yar.
Macho man.
Yeah, you guys should listen to his rap metal album sometime.
should we?
Yes,
Well-
you should.
Does he also do a cover of the Orinoco Flow?
Oh, I was gonna say it'd be even better if he's like, "Yo, yeah, steal my sunshine," you know.
Feel the fugacity, brother.
Oh man.
There's a little Hulk, there's a little Macho. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't want to get too far away from what Dave just sold.
Yeah.
I mean, a dude that is coming and helping you impress a comptroller is so fucking important. And creating something magical and influential and important on piano, it's a service that's worth paying for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that service is gonna be around for a while until you get Fugal, and then you're really in trouble because it's just an open market after that, and anybody can come write a fugue at your house. It's not quite as focused as organic search results.
Yeah.
I think ye would be missing a letter.
Fugal?
You know which letter you're missing?
Oh, god damn it.
That is terrible.
Actually, it's Fugal, FJUG. It's a Danish word.
Fugal. just for searching different fjords in the world.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, that's great. Bob, I believe you're last. We need to get you get a definition from you for fugacity.
Fugacity. You know, this is one of those words where if ye be having trouble in the school, ye be sent home with a letter to your parents. That's the fugacity. Typically the letter says, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Blackbeard, your son, Pirate Joe, is very skilled in," fill in the blank, math. He can count pieces of 8 with great ease. However, he, alas, has trouble with the alphabet, and we suggest remedial training because he has no trouble with letters A and B, but he has spent years at sea.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
It's like,
We think he may be dyslexic as well because he spells R raw.
Oh my
are you
God.
are you like munching on popsicles during his podcast or reading the jokes on them?
Reading the shitty fucking jokes on them.
he has just this stash of Laffy Taffies just like strewn about his desk. He's like, okay, what does this word mean?
I mean, like, Bob's jokes are like, first off, bobsjokes.com. I think we need to check. But
Welcome to the pirate punnery.
But I think Bob's jokes are like, he takes so long to get around to it, to like the punchline, that it's like a fucking afternoon running errands with your mom. Like, you just are going around town, and then suddenly you fucking arrive at sea. Like, oh my God.
God, we spent 2 hours in Bed Bath and Beyond.
We did.
We're going
yeah.
to the Home Depot, and now, okay.
Listen, you can't walk right up to the joke. You got to sail around to it.
Shit. Just fuck.
A man goes around the horn. He doesn't go through the Panama Canal. You've seen BoJack Horseman yet?
All right, let's just get the fuck away from this. Fugacity. I will tell you guys what it means. There are 2 definitions here. Now, there is the boring definition, and that is definition 2, according to Google. The chemistry definition, a thermodynamic property of a real gas that, if substituted for the pressure or partial pressure of the equations for an ideal gas, gives equations applicable to the real gas. Now, nobody wants that. Nobody cares. I'm happy to know that there is a literary definition. It's a noun. It is the quality of being fleeting or evanescent.
Wait, like
Evanescent.
Evanescence?
All right, I love that band.
It's like
Yeah,
evanescence.
it's like, I don't know any of it.
I've written them out of my brain. But being fleeting, though. Being fugacious is also being fleeting. So, take that as you will. I mean, I think it's cool that it's a little bit open in a sense as far as how you can kind of apply it.
Yeah.
But there's the chemistry definition, and nobody fucking needs that. That's the one that you're going to find on Merriam-Webster, and it's really disappointing that they have that, but they don't have, that I'm seeing, the one that Google is like, hold up. Like, it is also something that is more interesting. So that's...
So Fugacity be the original name of the ever popular band Evanescence. Got it.
That was what they started out.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you do it.
Well, I was just saying, this is a word that like really deeply affects me because I feel like, when I was born, there was like a fleeting moment, a very fugacious moment where like my dad loved me and thought like, oh, this kid's going to do a lot of great things and he's going to make his dad proud and he'll probably like chew tobacco and work on car engines. And instead, like I didn't do that. I just became who I am,
And one day you woke up and he told you that he stuck his balls in your pair of Vans.
But he had socks on his balls, so it wasn't...
Like father, like son.
Yeah.
That's great. And I also want to add, according to Wikipedia, the word fugacity is derived from the Latin for fleetness, which is often interpreted as the tendency to flee or escape. The concept of fugacity was introduced by American chemist Gilbert N. Lewis in 1901. And that's according to Wikipedia, so that means that it's,
fake.
But the tendency to flee or escape, so fleetness, I think that's cool. Fleetness Mac. It's good stuff. Fleetness Mactation.
Fleetness Mac, huh? What?
Fleetness Mactation, specifically. Great stuff. I'm happy with these words. Let's get to some votes, but first we need to get ourselves some escalator pitches. So Dave, really quick, give us your escalator pitch for Mactation.
Mactation, boy. That's it. That's all you need to hear. It's fucking Mactation, dog.
Bob.
Yar, I believe your catchphrase there should be, yeah, buoy.
Oh my god.
Buoy. Yar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, buoy.
I could feel like Bob tugging on his collar right now.
He
like,
was, yeah. Bob, your escalator pitch for Freebooter. Go, I guess.
Yar. It be talk like a pirate day. Freebooter.
All right, good. Ryan, your escalator pitch for Len Drumbolate, please.
Steal my sunshine. No, I mean, no, that doesn't work. Okay. It's only once in a 52 episodes of this podcast that someone comes up with a word that really, defines what we do, and also introduces us to a Royal Rumble for a sandwich.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. No. I mean, my hope is though that awareness of this word will create more instances of Royal Rumbles happening for delicious sandwiches. So
yeah,
that in itself should be enough reason to vote for Lendrumbolate.
Love it. And then for Fugacity...
You're mutiny! If you don't vote for Freebooter, I run you through with me cutlass and send you to Davy Jones' locker.
Well, we know
Freebooter.
You won't do that, so... All right. Fugacity.
How are you even using the internet right now? You're a fucking pirate.
You're a pirate. Stop it. Fugacity, I will...
I use a web crawler.
Just your inner Fugees, like there's just, you need someone sometimes to come and help you write piano stuff, and then whatever.
Strumming my pain with his wisdom.
And,
sing him. No.
It's just good.
One time.
Make sure that you take your chance to vote for Fugacity two times. Let's get to some votes. Dave, we'll have you go first. You have to pick this week between Freebooter, Lendrumbolate, and Fugacity.
Man, I like Fugacity because I've just been trying to write a rock opera for a really long time. And I feel like I can't get over that hurdle of the fact that I don't know how to play the instrument and read music.
And you don't really know what a rock opera is.
Yeah,
That's a huge
I don't really know what a
stumbling.
rock opera is. Is it like Don Quixote with like pet rocks? I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go with.
Wait,
that's an opera,
Don
right?
Quixote is an opera? No.
Yeah, dude, it's like the clown, like the clown guy. He's like all sad because his wife like cheats on him or something. And then like her son kills her husband or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy, dude. I mean, get some culture, guy. Like, what are you doing?
Some culture. Hey Ryan, get some culture.
Yeah, get a fucking Charizard, man, and then call me back.
Still has fucking Guy Fieri written on his desk right now. the one that figured out that what he needs to bring to the show this week are Royal Rumbles. I mean, just Dave, do your votes. Do your votes, honey.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with Fugacity is my number one.
Oh yeah.
And I got to go with Freebooter for number 2. I like Ryan's word a lot, but it's kind of jumbled up and just like freebooting. I don't know. It sounds so good. It sounds like you're not allowed to turn that computer on, but you're like, fuck the rules, and you boot it up anyway. It's just too good.
Doing this.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. All right, then I will go next. I have to pick between Mactation, Freebooter, and Lendrumblate. My number 1 absolutely has to be Lendrumblate. I mean, I loved just the second Ryan said the word. I love the way it sounds. I love how it has this bouncy quality to it. So it's already a really cool word. But then the fact that it's like, okay, you're hungry, but you're not that hungry, and you have leftovers, and then you can cast someone into like, you can have them go into a Royal Rumble to fight over the remains. I love that so much, and anytime that I get a chance to talk about Len is worthwhile. So Lendrumblate has to be my number 1. It's a fantastic word. My number 2, I think that it's a toss-up between Freebooter and Mactation. It's a really, mostly because it has to be between those two, but I gotta go Mactation. I gotta hand it to Mactation as far as as far as like the murderous aspects of it. It's really, I think it's actually kind of a fascinating term to use. It's not what you would expect, and McDonald's, it's important that they allow women to breastfeed. I have a place for that.
Yeah, not out in front of us
something
while we're trying to eat our food.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Ryan, you're next. You have to pick between Mactation, Freebooter, and Fugacity.
Oh man, such good words this week, guys. Good job.
Good stuff.
Yep,
Yeah, good
all
stuff.
of you. My number 1 word. It's just there's just a special place in my heart for it. The Fugees, right? So Fugacity, having that level of Fuji quality, that's my number 1 word for sure. Oh man, and for the second one, oh god, man, it's tough because they're both so good. But when it comes down to it, my wife, she goes to places and they do sit-ins where they all just breastfeed together in like a library or somewhere public. Yeah, it's a thing that happens. So
Interesting.
yeah, well, because to raise awareness, because people ask, you're trying to feed your fucking kid, and people will be like, "That's disgusting."
It really
I'm like,
isn't.
You know what?
It's not that. Yeah.
Ass face. It's just part of.
Yar, do they keep their list of dates and times on their Facebook schedule or something?
Ew.
I'm asking for a friend, of course.
This is Bob's creepy pirate, I guess. So you going are you going Mactation number 2 then?
I'm going Mactation number 2.
All right, good stuff, Bob. You have to pick now between Mactation, Lendrumblate, and Fugacity.
Yar, my favorite person this week, I am. Yar. So that'd be a pirate pun. I vote for Freebooter.
No, you can't.
Oh well, then as a pirate I choose murder and I go for Mactation.
All right, that's a good number 1.
I think we really missed the boat on not talking about Joe versus the volcano. That's a boat joke. It's another pirate pun there.
We're trying not to date ourselves, Bob, for the listeners. Joe versus the volcano is like 1982.
Yar, how many ritualistic murder things do I have to work with here? Yar.
I feel like there was another one.
Yar.
The Bible.
Anything about the Mayans ever? How about that?
I guess.
Apocalypto.
Apocalypto. Bob, you have to pick your number 2.
My number 2 be Fugacity.
All right, there we go. I was so worried that you were going to be a total dick and go with a tie break, go with like a tie again this week. But nope, That means I win. Fugacity wins this week. And I'm surprised, honestly, because you three brought fantastic words. They were so enjoyable. I was worried that you were going to steal my sunshine. And instead, I get to channel my inner Fugees, and I can at least win this one time. Bob, please tell us if people want to get in touch with us and tell us how much they fucking hate pirates now because of you. How do they do that?
Me hearties. You should join us on the Gmails, wordrango@gmail.com. You can also listen to the show on your iTunes, or iTunes, if you will. or perhaps just iTunes. Yar. That'd be another pirate pun there. just so you know. Join us on the iTunes. You can get there by
Hold on a sec. No, that's not a pirate pun. I'm not letting you get away with that. You're saying "ay." That's Spanish. That's what that is. That's not even a thing with pirates.
It's a body part.
I guess. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. I patch tunes. Do you want to say that maybe instead?
Yar.
Okay,
Sure.
good.
Yeah, we can do that too. So bit.ly/wordrango. That's with 37 R's there. That'll take you right to our iTunes page where you can just set your mom's computer down to download Wordrango several thousand times. We're also on the Stitcher, or Stitch R if you prefer. That's also with 37 R's. Where else are we? Because I didn't write this part down.
Did you mention that we're at WordRango on Twitter or Facebook.com/Word?
Oh, the Twitter! Thank ye. We are at Word. That's 37 R's. Rango. Make sure you capitalize that 38 R though. That's important. Oh, we're also on the Facebooks. Facebook.com/WordRango. In fact, there was a rejected piece of art from last week's podcast. If you look,
that's good.
In fact, you'll see Guy Fieri and then Charizard on a post-it note. And if you want to tie everything together, you'll notice that Charizard is actually missing a letter. Which one is it? I.
Oh, I thought it was an R.
Oh my God, was this some long con for Pirate Day?
That probably would be.
Wow.
Yeah, it was missing an I.
Damn.
I actually
welcome.
I think he tripped on that one. I think that wasn't intentional. I think Bob just sucks at writing.
The one thing that no one will ever say about Bob is that he's not committed.
Yeah.
It's holy shit.
Yeah, he is very committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be. Wait, what?
He should be committed. Okay, good. And yeah, and when you subscribe on iTunes, give us a rating, 5 stars, leave us a review. It's really helpful. Share the episode with a friend. Don't let the pirate stuff discourage you. This is still a great show. It's still very enjoyable. Don't let Bob steal your sunshine one last time with that. And we'll be back next week with 4 more words, their definitions, a boatload of fun. There you go. That was mine. Really good shit. Really good. I'm really happy with this episode. I'm going to be even happier next week when this fucking stuff is over. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll see you next week, bucko.
Wordrango.
Yar.
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 Yarp.
I'm calling my agent. I'm off the show.
Okay.
I'm off the show.
I thought you already said that you were leaving us as it is.
Yeah, Bernie. Yeah. Line up Word Tango.
Is that Vernie or Bernie? Because I want to make sure you're not using my agent.
His agent is Vern Troyer. Is it the same guy?
Well, listen, I'm not a huge star. I just need a little agent. So I just Vern Troyer.